Five B2B SaaS companies are running paid ads on LinkedIn, and I pulled out their ads from the public LinkedIn ad library. I'm not going to tell you whose ads are working right now because I don't have access to their ad accounts, but I'm going to review those ads at their face value, and I'm going to tell you what I like about them and what tests I would run next if it were my account. Five companies, five tests. The first ad that we are reviewing today is for Tray.ai, which is an AI orchestration tool and platform for enterprises. So on the outset, the design is very clean, very on brand, big fonts with white background, seem very visible on the LinkedIn desktop as well and on the mobile as well. And one thing that can also help on the mobile is that the thumbnail can show the text legibly in all screen sizes. This is also good. The problem with this ad, I think, is that there are certain things that could be improved. One thing, the see more part, the part that is above the fold, for example, without clicking the see more button. This is the most important part of any ad because this is the thing that user sees first because without engaging with the ad. There are certain problems. The CTA is not part of this. And when I click see more, only then the CTA is visible. The CTA, the ad copy shows is book of 30-minute working session, but the main CTA on the ad says learn more. So there's a mismatch over here. And when we click on the ad, the landing page takes us to the home page, which is also a mismatch in the messaging because there are now three things. One is the ad says book a 30-minute working session, the CTA button says learn more, and the landing page is the home page, which says a lot of things like login, contact sales, book a demo. So there's no mention of a 30-minute working session over here, which creates a disconnect between the ad and the landing page. Another issue that I see is that this ad is retargeting, taking the end users to the home page, which is not recommended because the home page is usually made for multiple types of stakeholders and all types of visitors that are trying to learn more about your company. So they may be stakeholders, they may be potential employees, they may be potential customers. So there's an ambiguous intent on the homepage. So taking paid traffic to the homepage is not recommended. Other than that, if I see the URL, I've observed a few things. So the URL mentions the retargeting part. So the URL mentions that this is a retargeting campaign, which is another issue in itself because if you're retargeting, so someone has already visited your website, most probably. So they have already seen this homepage. So if I am a cold audience and I've already seen your homepage, there's no point in taking them again to the same page with the for the retargeting purposes. So for retargeting, what my recommendation would be is to create a dedicated landing page and offer more details about this 30-minute working session so that whenever someone clicks and goes to that page, they are already connected with the messaging or the promise that was shown in the ad. Other than that, you need to fix this CTA button as well. So maybe say book now, schedule now, something like that. That because then the message in the ad copy would be matched with the message on the landing page. One positive thing that I see is that there are HSA parameters present. So it seems likely that the campaign and the ad account has been connected to HubSpot so that the pipeline could be tracked and revenue could be tracked, which is a very good thing. So that you can see for yourself which ad is generating which amount of money in terms of revenue. Other details that I can see over here is that this ad ran from March 9 till March 31st. It is now not being currently being run right now. And during this 1 month period, less than 1 month period, it got around 1K to 5K impressions, which means that it is starved for volume. With the number of impressions available at LinkedIn, this is a very low volume amount. Other than that, so probably the ad was not working well, was not performing well. That's why they paused it or stopped it altogether. Other than that, I can see the targeting is has been handled properly. There are certain audiences that have been excluded, and the companies have been excluded as well. So it means that someone is actively looking at the ad account and excluding the irrelevant audiences and excluding the existing customers or the irrelevant companies as well, which is a very good thing. So these are the things. And if we talk about the test that we would be running, most importantly, I will be fixing the CTA on this ad. learn more button, and this 30-minute working session should be present in the first two lines so that user is able to see them without clicking see more button. Other than that, I would be creating a dedicated landing page for this 30-minute working session, and I would be educating the user on what this 30-minute session should look like, and I would be focusing only one CTA. All right, so let's start off with the other ad, which is for a company named Webflow. Webflow is a very popular CMS with AI coding tools. So let's first discuss what I like about this ad. The first thing is it has a very good match of ad copy with the landing page. So if you see that it pre-qualifies for marketing and engineering leaders building for the agentic web. And on the landing page, it says the exact same copy in the eyebrow. This is very good, which is very matches exactly with the ad copy. And the user sees the first thing that they saw on the ad as well. The other thing, if we see this ad copy is also repeated over here, pairing a headless CMS with AI coding tools. This is also repeated over here. This is also a very good match. So this ad copy and this headline matches exactly on the landing page, which is very good. This creates a tight match between the ad copy and the landing page message. Other than that, the spend is very good because this ad ran from August 5th to August 7th, which means this is currently being run as well right now. And it got 50K to 100K impressions, which is really good. So, as per my calculation, it spent around $1,000 to $1,500 during these 3 days. The spend is being well spent on this ad or this campaign. This is also good. When we talk about the layering is also good at targeting. If you see, both audiences are targeted and excluded. So the audiences are layered. Companies are also targeted and excluded. This is also well defined, and jobs are also targeted and excluded. So it means that this audience and targeting is very well defined and optimized. Another very good thing that I like about the landing page is that it is very well built. It has all the essentials that we expect from a good landing page. The form is very clear. The CTAs are matching contact sales, contact sales. Trust signals are there 80%, 33, 32%, 300,000 plus. The logos are here above the fold. Everything is shown above the fold, which is really a good sign of a good landing page. Below that, there are verified reviews from multiple enterprise firms, very clearly defined with logos, company names, executive names, and the impact Webflow has created on those companies. And below that, there are different personas that are being addressed, like executive sponsor, what Webflow can do for IT engineering, or executive sponsor for brand and web, and for demand gen. And then it shows different types of features and benefits that can come out of using this CMS. So the landing page is 10 out of 10. It earns its place. It is very good. Now let's come back to things that I would probably improve and work towards. So this ad copy doesn't have any ask. There is no CTA within this ad copy. So this is just an information about the product, and there is no ask over here. There is only one CTA, learn more, which does not match with the on creative CTA, which says start optimizing. So if we see the creative visual, it talks about testing. So the visual shows A/B testing, new test, optimize with AI, test everything, ship on brand. So it talks about something related to A/B testing, but on the landing page, it doesn't tell anything about the A/B testing. So that is the mismatch that I can see. The ad copy above the creative matches very well. The headline matches very well with the landing page, but this creative doesn't match with the landing page content. Maybe they're testing more and more versions of the landing page, so it got lost somewhere. But the creative visual talks about testing and start optimizing. So the landing page should also talk about testing, A/B testing, what features Webflow provides with respect to A/B testing and optimization. So that is the biggest gap that I can see. Other than that, the CTA is not present over here, and the learn more CTA is probably a little bit ambiguous. And other than that, this headline just qualifies and doesn't ask anything, doesn't tell the user to perform any action. So maybe I'll rephrase it to qualify plus do the part of a CTA as well. Other than that, that is a very well built landing page along with a very well built creative and ad visual and the overall ad. But just this part needs improvement so that it is aligned with the landing page messaging. So the next ad that we are reviewing today is from Twilio. Twilio is an messaging infrastructure. They provide different types of services like SMS, email, and AI audio and AI voice. So first, the things that I like about this ad is that the ad copy is very good. It handles the specific pain that is being felt by different customers, like voice AI that doesn't repeat itself. So this is the common pain that is currently being faced by almost all the audiences, that the voice AI looks like AI. So it always repeats itself and stuff like that. So it handles this objection very good. And then it explains that every intent is remembered and every conversation is continuous across channels. So this is good. Other than that, the creative branding is really good. The dark background means that the ad stands out on the LinkedIn feed, which is usually white or gray. Third, the targeting is very well defined. There are both audiences targeted and excluded. Companies are excluded and jobs are also targeted and excluded. On the landing page, this is a dedicated landing page specifically built for LinkedIn. So I can see that in the URL. It means that someone actually gave a thought and decided to build a dedicated landing page instead of taking the user directly to the home page. Now let's come back to the points where I think it could be improved. Number one, Twilio and its logo are being repeated twice, which is useless because it's wasting the space over here. Twilio's logo and title is also already being shown here, so we do not have to define it here. Every outcome closer is a vague statement. It's just placed here, close the rhyme or close the sentence. And other thing that I have observed is that there is no CTA over here. This space should be used. This is very important because the user reads this part first. So this space should be used to provide CTA or at least to qualify for whom the ad is for. Other problem is connect customers to outcomes. This phrase is exactly repeated in the headline. The headline is also a very important, valuable area of the real estate. You should use it to specify a CTA, target the audience, or qualify them against the ad. Other things, for the last 7 days or 5 days, this ad has been running and it has got less than 1K impressions, which means that this is starved. Other than that, the targeting, I'm not sure why, but the targeting is only for Portugal and the targeting includes English. So if you're targeting only English speaking audience within Portugal, it means that your audience is very narrow and less than 1K impressions are a result of for that. I'm not sure about the reasons why they did that, but that is the case that it seems like. Other than there is a problem with the CTAs as well. The visual creative says the CTA see how. The ad CTA says learn more. And on the landing page, there are three different CTAs: start for free, get the one pager, and talk to our team. So this is a disconnect. So if you're saying see how, then learn more, then start for free, then get the one pager, then talk to our team, the user will get confused, and due to the reduced attention span, that will create in confusion and bounce rates. You can either, other than that, above the fold, there should be more trust signals. There are a couple of logos over here, but there should be more trust signals like reviews and other stuff like that. Another important thing, there are no UTM parameters in the URL that will create attribution issues. They can see which campaign converted and when, but they won't see which creative converted and other data. So the UTM part should be placed in the URL so that the tracking is done properly. So I think that is it. So that we are reviewing right now is for ClickUp, which is a project management tool. They have recently introduced AI agents. So to promote that functionality, they have promoted an existing post on their LinkedIn page. So if you see, this is not like any traditional LinkedIn ad because there's no CTA, no headline, nothing, and the link is contained within the ad copy as well. So first, let's talk about the things that I like the most. The ad copy is really good. It contains customer's testimonial as a hook, which is doing its job beautifully. Agents don't take PTO is a scroll stopper for sure. And then it contains proof points by tagging their customer CSMX chief of staff. Both of them are tagged, so it instantly creates a trust environment that this is a legit case study and they are not fabricating anything. Other than that, what I see is the total impressions are 100K to 150K, which means that a sufficient budget has been added to this ad because during the period of around 1 week, it has gathered this much impressions, which means that a lot of constant budget has been given to this ad. Another thing is that if we click see more, there are a lot of proof numbers over here which are realistic. There are lots of numbers mentioned like 30 agents in 30 days, half day reporting question, 20 hours of manual work, 102% seat utilization. So this is the thing that creates trust because these all numbers look like realistic numbers and they are not fabricated. If we go to the landing page, it's a typical landing page with information about the whole case study. It contains the CTAs as well. Typically, the case studies pages are like this, and I don't have anything against this page. Now come back. Now let's come back to what could be improved, in my opinion, on this ad. Number one, all the numbers are hidden behind the see more button, so they are not above the fold. We could rewrite this area and utilize this area to bring the numbers up within this with above the fold so that user is able to see these numbers, the proof numbers without clicking see more. Another thing that I have observed is that the creative visual is doing nothing to influence the customer. It's just repeating the logo. The logo is here as well, logo is here as well, and seismic logo is here. So instead of just placing the logos, you can add these proof numbers, especially numbers like 102% seat utilization and with a waiting list. These numbers could be added here so that user can instantly see a trust signal over here. Another thing, the person that has been tagged is Maria Wilcox. Their designation includes PMP, CLSS, BB. This has also been integrated in the ad copy, which is wasting the space. So instead of tagging the whole name, you just have to tag Maria Wilcox and it would do just fine. Other than that, if we talk about the targeting, geographical targeting seems a little bit off since all the 34%, most of the impressions are from Brazil, and the countries that we can see are Latin countries, Latin America. So where English is not the first language there. So the problem with this targeting is that the case study is for a US enterprise, and then the ad is being shown in English to an audience which probably does not have English as their first language. So lots of impressions are being wasted over there because people cannot connect when the target company is in a different zone or a country, and the language is also not the one they are familiar with. They are familiar with English, obviously, but their first language is probably not English. So it would create a disconnect. So that could be improved. Instead of mentioning a US based enterprise, if you want to target LATAM countries, probably mention a case study from their country or their region at least. Another thing, the targeting could be improved by layering audience targeting and excluding the audiences that you do not want to show your ads to. Companies are being targeted, which is good. Jobs are being targeted and excluded, which is good. Member interest and traits are being targeted. So the audience targeting and layering is missing, which could be added over here as well. So yeah, this is it. These are the points that I think should be tested by ClickUp to improve this ad. Now, this is an interesting one. So now we are reviewing an ad by Chili Piper, which is a website conversion tool. It comes under the GTM umbrella. So this is an interesting ad because it's a lead gen form ad provided by LinkedIn. And this is basically explaining the product within the ad. So it says this LinkedIn ad is also the demo. Since they have a product that integrates with LinkedIn ads, and whenever someone submits the LinkedIn lead gen form, their product gets the data, and your sales rep can call the customer, then in there contact the customer, and your pipeline starts building instantly. So first thing, what I like the most about it, number one, the idea is really good. It's actually encouraging the user to experience the product then and there. The product is so designed that it can integrate seamlessly with LinkedIn ads, so they're able to test this idea. This idea implementation is not possible with most of the ads or most of the products because they're not on the same surface. Other than that, the background is dark, which stands a lot on the LinkedIn's white feed. The text is bold, bigger, and when the thumbnail is generated, the text survives, and the user can instantly see that this LinkedIn ad is also the demo text clearly, even on the small thumbnail as well. Let's talk about what needs to be improved. There are a lot of things as well. One thing, the best line is this LinkedIn ad is also the demo, but the hook says form submit to book meeting in one flow. This should be swapped. This information should be added to there, and this information can come somewhere on the creative. Other than that, the problem I see is the creative copy mentioned the whole step to the user that they need to do this to experience the product, which kills the idea in a way because you're now trying to, the whole idea is to experience without reading. So instead of defining the steps over here, you should update the creative copy to encourage the user to take action. Another thing, the ad CTA is not right. It's not learn more. So at time you're saying in the creative, you're saying try it. In the visual, you're saying try it yourself. But in the actual ad, you're saying learn more. So this CTA could be changed to be more actionable and more energetic, which LinkedIn provides different options. So you can change it. And this button, try it yourself, gives a D2C direct to consumer feel. This should be improved as well. Other than that, this is a solid ad, and other than these things, I don't see any issue with this. And with these type of improvements, you can actually see an improvement. Other than that, one thing that I also observed that these two lines are not going together in a very compatible way, I must say. So because it's also talking about in all in a matter of seconds, and see for yourself how it works with this ad in seconds. So it creates a conflict by mentioning seconds twice in the adjacent line. So this needs to be rephrased as well. Other than that, this is a solid ad, and with these improvements, I think its conversion rates could be improved significantly. I hope you found these teardowns useful. If you're running ads for your SaaS and you cannot confidently say what it produced last quarter, I can do a detailed teardown of your ad campaigns, including the creative, messaging, budget spent, and audience targeting. This is called a free ads autopsy. The link to book an autopsy is in the description, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.